The last time I was here was more introductory type stuff. I didn't get my computer till Thursday night, and I left Friday. Now I have my computer though, so this week's gonna be way more about doing than anything else. I'll just have somebody there when I have questions, things like that. So, yeah, things are progressing along well. The new job's still going great. Right on. Looking forward to knocking this week out and just taking every day and just doing stuff. So, I'm sure you don't want to hear any more about that. Let's talk about Walmart Smart. Let's do it. So what I want to talk about is rural deliveries. I've been doing more rural deliveries lately than city and St. Louis County deliveries. I would say a great majority of drivers work in rural areas. So, I've made about 1 million videos on city and suburb deliveries. Let's talk about some country deliveries, baby. Let's do it! So, what are the advantages of rural deliveries? Number one, you're pretty much dependent on the magic hour deliveries. The ones that come out between 15 and 20 minutes after. If that delivery's good at all, you're going to take it. Now, I've turned some down. If they don't pay at least $10, if they don't pay $2 a mile, if they're .com deliveries, I don't do it. But if they're at all worth taking, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm dependent on it. I'm sure most people are in the rural areas. Now, the way you want to do that is that you want to do it from home, right? So that way you're not, if you're sitting in the parking lot of a rural delivery, what's going to happen to you then is you're going to have to wait, right? Unless you get check-in early. Sometimes you can. Like I had a guy come out today. I was probably 15, 20 minutes early, and he came out and said, "Hey, man, what do you got?" And that's a great big advantage of rural deliveries, man. I'm telling you, especially my hometown, I don't know if I've waited more than 5 minutes from the time I check in to the time they're rolling that stuff out. If I have, it's maybe been once. Now, there's another town called Festus, Missouri, in my rural area. Now, you may wait 10 minutes there, but most of the time it's the same way there. You're getting your stuff quick, and you're moving on. And that's a big advantage. Another really great big advantage is, you got the stoplight coming out of the store, and then you may get one or two more. That's it. You know what I mean? Like where I work in a lot in South County in St. Louis, Missouri, you may get 9 stoplights on the way there and back. It's just totally different. The speed limit coming right out of the store is 45 miles an hour, and you can see the 55 mile an hour sign. So yeah, they might be a little more spread out, but you can get to them a lot faster. And I tell you what, it seems like you're just there, even when they're 7, 8 miles, you're just there like that. You're there in 7 or 8 minutes. So even that they're more spread out and stuff like that, they're really more enjoyable than sitting and doing it in the middle of traffic and stuff like that. No doubt about it. Another great big advantage is when it is busy. I mean, you can rack up some money. Last Sunday when I started, they had more than the magic hour. If they have more than the magic hour, that's when you can make some money. I made $90 in 2 hours. I've made $80 in 2 hours. I've made $74 in 2 hours. Right on. Now, luckily, I do have 2 stores. So let's say that I get a delivery, and I pick it up, and sometimes you're able to check in early. Like today, the guy came out and asked me, and I get my deliveries at 30 minutes after, and I'm done at 45. Now, am I going to wait all the way to the next hour to get a delivery? Hopefully not. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do in that situation. Number one, you can just flip on DoorDash. There is DoorDash in these rural areas a lot of the times. got plenty of time to get, like, this other store in my area is about 20 minutes away. I can get there, get a delivery done, and then a lot of times get back. Or, you know, what you really want to do when you drive that 15 minutes is knock out a couple deliveries. That's what I did last Sunday. There was a shopping delivery, so that, as you can imagine, I rushed over there. Then I knocked out another shopping delivery, and then there was a delivery waiting here, right, in my hometown. I knocked that out, and not only did I get that delivery, there was another one that had stacked up, and so, I mean, I knocked out, you know, this real short delivery, came back, did another delivery, and when you're not waiting 30 minutes every time for a delivery, or even 15 minutes every time for a delivery, when you're pulling into the parking lot and you're checking in and they're almost rolling out as you're pulling into the parking lot, and they got the deliveries, wow, yeah, there's some money to be made. There's definitely some money to be made. You know, it's just a more relaxed atmosphere, no doubt about that. And you know, some disadvantages are, you know, you're going to deliver the same people over and over. You know, so if they're a tip baiter, what are you going to do? You know, I'm not the kind of person who finds out who the tip baiters are, because it would just aggravate me to death. I'd be resentful, so I'm not going to do it. But you know, let me tell you this story before I go on. You know, I talked a lot about, I got tip baited for $34 last Sunday. Since then, I've gotten every penny. That makes me think that might have been a glitch or something. You know, that's kind of the conspiracy type stuff that goes in my head sometimes. But, you know, why would I just get tip baited that day, and then since that day, I've gotten every single penny, including yesterday. You know, but I'm glad I got them. You know, maybe someday you just have a bad day, you know. I did have back-to-back deliveries to this, like, rehab place. I'm not sure what exactly it was, and I think that they couldn't afford to tip. And in that case, I'm okay with that. But one of the houses didn't make any sense that they didn't tip. You know, and we hear all the stories, too, that people say they tipped, and then when you look at the app, there was no tip, stuff like that. But, you know, with the other part of the rural stuff, boy, if you can get a relationship with the customers, talk to them, stuff like that, you can really build, since you do see the same people over and over and over, you can probably build a pretty good rapport with them. I'm pretty sure I turned a tip baiter into a tipper that way. You know, and then I always help the loaders, and they always appreciate it, man. Over and over. I can't tell you. I've noticed it in my hometown, especially, how many of the people thank me for helping. Over and over, including today. You know, I had another good week today. This week, made way over $500, which is about what I need to make, about $5 to make $2,000 a week. And I made over that, so I'm very happy. Last week I made way over. You know, it's just going to depend on the week with me, how much extra time I have, and if I want to work Sunday. I'm probably going to have to either work Saturday or Sunday, you know, to make that 500. And then I'm doing a lot of hit and miss stuff, and that's what the rural stuff is really good for. Like, I'll give you an example. Today, there was an incentive for the rural store that I tried to get, and they didn't have anything. So I just headed north, and it ended up just killing it. I'm gonna make a whole video about the app crashing, so I don't want to talk too much about it. But that's how I made most of my money this weekend, is cleaning up from that. You know, a lot of shopping orders over the last 2 days, based on you know, the stores just being all backed up because of this big glitch. You know, and that's what you got to be with the rural deliveries. You got to be real strategic. You know, like I said, really try to start out from my house. That way I'm not wasting a bunch of time. And then I'm trying to schedule these deliveries so I'm not picking up early. So what you do, so I'm not sitting in the parking lot early. A lot of times, if you build rapport with the loaders, they will come out and help you and say, hey, what do you got, man? Hey, that guy that helps me it helps every single time. Hey, Rob, what do you got? Let's get this going. Had a guy do that yesterday. So, and then uses 2 stores to keep busy. Festus is much more busier than my hometown, but I would like to just work out of my hometown, to be honest with you. But when I deliver and I have an hour before I would have another before I can actually pick up. I mean, I might, even though you get a delivery a quarter after, you know what I mean? You really can't pick it up to 22. And with this new update, I noticed that airplane mode, somebody told me that airplane mode isn't working. So there's that. There's another thing, you turn off your cellular data or something. It's the same thing as airplane mode, by the way. And that might work. But you're playing with fire when you do that kind of stuff. So what I would rather do is strategically make it so I'm not waiting, and that's when I use the 2 stores, or maybe even DoorDash. Now I have not turned on DoorDash yet. Me personally, the way I'm wired, is I'd rather just head for the city than work for DoorDash. And like today, that's what I did today. I headed for the city and made $100 in 2 hours, 2.5, and then made 120 in 3 total. Right on. $40 an hour today. Can't beat that if I get all the tips. But like I said, since I've gotten tip baited, and doesn't this seem to happen a lot this way? After you get tip baited a lot, then all of a sudden you get a bunch of your tips in a row. Anybody else notice that? I have, but the big point today is, hey, these road deliveries aren't too bad.